Chapter 45 of The Golden Bough. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For further information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Golden Bough by Sir James Frazer. Chapter 45. The Corn Mother and the Corn Maiden in Northern Europe. It has been argued by W. Manhart that the first part of Demeter's name is derived from an alleged Cretan word deai, barley, and that accordingly Demeter means neither more nor less than barley mother or corn mother, for the root of the word seems to have been applied to different kinds of grain by different branches of the Aryans. As Crete appears to have been one of the most ancient seats of the worship of Demeter, it would not be surprising if her name were of Cretan origin. But the etymology is open to serious objections, and it is safer therefore to lay no stress on it. Be that as it may, we have found independent reasons for identifying Demeter as the Corn Mother, and of two species of corn associated with her in Greek religion, namely barley and wheat. The barley has perhaps the better claim to be her original element. For not only would it seem to have been the staple food of the Greeks in the Homeric age, but there are grounds for believing that it is one of the oldest, if not the very oldest, cereal cultivated by the Aryan race. Certainly the use of barley in the religious ritual of the ancient Hindoos, as well as of the ancient Greeks, furnishes a strong argument in favour of the great antiquity of its cultivation, which is known to have been practised by the lake dwellers of the Stone Age in Europe. Analogies to the Corn Mother or Barley Mother of ancient Greece have been collected in great abundance by W. Manhart from the folk lore of modern Europe. The following may serve as specimens. In Germany the corn is very commonly personified under the name of the Corn Mother. Thus in spring, when the corn waves in the wind, the peasants say, "There comes the Corn Mother," or "the Corn Mother is running over the field," or "the Corn Mother is going through the corn." When children wish to go into the fields to pull the blue cornflowers or the red poppies, they are told not to do so, because the Corn Mother is sitting in the corn and will catch them. Or again she is called, according to the crop, the Rye Mother or the Pea Mother, and children are warned against straying in the rye or among the peas by threats of the Rye Mother or the Pea Mother. Again, the Corn Mother is believed to make the crop grow. Thus in the neighbourhood of Magdeburg it is sometimes said, "It will be a good year for flax, the Flax Mother has been seen." In a village of Styria it is said that the Corn Mother, in the shape of a female puppet, made out of the last sheaf of corn and dressed in white, may be seen at midnight in the cornfields, which she fertilises by passing through them. But if she is angry with a farmer, she withers up all his corn. Further, the Corn Mother plays an important part in harvest customs. She is believed to be present in the handful of corn which is left standing last on the field, and with the cutting of this last handful she is caught or driven away or killed. In the first of these cases the last sheaf is carried joyfully home and honoured as a divine being. It is placed in the barn, and at threshing the corn spirit appears again. In the Hanoverian district of Hadeln the reapers stand round the last sheaf and beat it with sticks in order to drive the Corn Mother out of it. They call to each other, "There she is, hit her! Take care she doesn't catch you!" The beating goes on till the grain is completely threshed out. Then the Corn Mother is believed to be driven away. In the neighbourhood of Danzig the person who cuts the last ears of corn makes them into a doll, which is called the Corn Mother or the Old Woman, and is brought home on the last waggon. In some parts of Holstein the last sheaf is dressed in woman's clothes, and called the Corn Mother. It is carried home on the last waggon and then thoroughly drenched with water. The drenching with water is doubtless a rain charm. In the district of Bruck in Styria the last sheaf, called the Corn Mother, is made up into the shape of a woman by the oldest married woman in the village, of an age from 50 to 55 years. The finest ears are plucked out of it and made into a wreath, which, twined with flowers, is carried on her head by the prettiest girl of the village to the farmer or squire, while the Corn mother is laid down in the barn to keep off the mice. In other villages of the same district the Corn mother, at the close of harvest, is carried by two lads at the top of a pole. They march behind the girl who wears the wreath to the squire's house, and while he receives the wreath and hangs it up in the hall, the Corn mother is placed on the top of a pile of wood, where she is the centre of the harvest supper and dance. Afterwards she is hung up in the barn, and remains there till the threshing is over. The man who gives the last stroke at threshing is called the son of the Corn mother. He is tied up in the Corn mother, beaten, and carried through the village. The wreath is dedicated in church on the following Sunday, and on Easter Eve the grain is rubbed out of it by a 7-year-old girl and scattered amongst the young corn. At Christmas the straw of the wreath is placed in the manger to make the cattle thrive. Here the fertilising power of the Corn mother is plainly brought out by scattering the seed taken from her body, for the wreath is made out of the Corn mother, among the new corn, and her influence over animal life is indicated by placing the straw in the manger. Amongst the Slavs also the last sheaf is known as the Rye mother, the Wheat mother, the Oats mother, the Barley mother, and so on, according to the crop. In the district of Tarnow, Galicia, the wreath made out of the last stalks is called the Wheat mother, Rye mother, or Pea mother. It is placed on a girl's head and kept till spring, when some of the grain is mixed with the seed corn. Here again the fertilising power of the Corn mother is indicated. In France also, in the neighbourhood of Auxerre, the last sheaf goes by the name of the Mother of the Wheat, Mother of the Barley, Mother of the Rye, or Mother of the Oats. They leave it standing in the field till the last waggon is about to wend homewards. Then they make a puppet out of it, dress it with clothes belonging to the farmer, and adorn it with a crown and a blue or white scarf. A branch of a tree is stuck in the breast of the puppet, which is now called the ceres. At the dance in the evening the ceres is set in the middle of the floor, and the reaper who reaped fastest dances round it with the prettiest girl for his partner. After the dance a pyre is made. All the girls, each wearing a wreath, strip the puppet, pull it to pieces, and place it on the pyre, along with the flowers with which it was adorned. Then the girl who was the first to finish reaping sets fire to the pile, and all pray that Ceres may give a fruitful year. Here, as Mannhardt observes, the old custom has remained intact, though the name Ceres is a bit of schoolmaster's learning. In Upper Brittany the last sheaf is always made into human shape, but if the farmer is a married man it is made double, and consists of a little corn puppet placed inside a large one. This is called the mother sheaf. It is delivered to the farmer's wife, who unties it and gives drink money in return. Sometimes the last sheaf is called, not the Corn mother, but the Harvest mother or the Great mother. In the province of Osnabrück, Hanover, it is called the Harvest mother. It is made up in female form, and then the reapers dance about with it. In some parts of Westphalia the last sheaf at the rye harvest is made especially heavy by fastening stones in it. They bring it home on the last waggon and call it the Great Mother, though they do not fashion it into any special shape. In the district of Erfurt a very heavy sheaf, not necessarily the last, is called the Great Mother, and is carried on the last waggon to the barn, where all hands lift it down amid a fire of jokes. Sometimes again the last sheaf is called the Grandmother, and is adorned with flowers, ribbons, and a woman's apron. In East Prussia, at the rye or wheat harvest, the reapers call out to the woman who binds the last sheaf, "You are getting the old grandmother." In the neighbourhood of Magdeburg the men and women servants strive who shall get the last sheaf, called the Grandmother. Whoever gets it will be married in the next year, but his or her spouse will be old. If a girl gets it, she will marry a widower. If a man get